My name is Kelly Vilar. I'm from the Staten Island Urban Center, which is a new nonprofit organization here on the North Shore of Staten Island, focusing on community development through community involvement. The MERC came out of the Rebuild Cromwell Coalition. There was a town hall meeting one day, and the mayor came to Staten Island, and we got to ask our question, which was, hey, when are you going to rebuild Cromwell? When is it going to be in the budget? He said to us, Cromwell will come about as a result of the rezoning. It wasn't just about Cromwell anymore. It was about something bigger. And because of that, we realized, you know what? We don't just want Cromwell, we want the land. So that led to the creation of the Maritime Education, Recreation, Cultural Corridor, an opportunity for us to zone our community the way we want it zoned and to really create this district and environment that would promote those things. And we chose maritime education because we're a waterfront, we should act like it, right? Recreation was because of Cromwell. There are very few open play spaces for young people. And then culture, which is the C, came along a little bit later. We wanted to make sure that Staten Island maintained its diversity, the North Shore's diversity, because we think that's the most beautiful part of Staten Island, and that we wanted that amplified. A lot of people from outside of our borough have no idea that we have the largest Liberian population outside of Liberia in the United States. They have no idea that we have the highest amount of Sri Lankan people outside of Sri Lanka, and we have the fastest growing Mexican South American population, I think, in the city. We have a long history, Caribbean cultural history and an African diaspora history on Staten Island that it's just never talked about, it's just never highlighted, and we feel that it's something that needs to be, the conversation on that needs to be elevated. All those things combined could create a great community, a community that's bustling, in terms of economic development growth, small businesses, etc. The Mystic Portals of MERC were an opportunity, I felt, to include the community in creating what they believe the waterfront and the Bay Street corridor should be. Each site would have a 20-foot boat that would be redesigned by an artist. And each boat also had their own community group, or the group that would kind of inspire the artist to redesign it. It not only was going to give people a voice on what they think is important, but also to give the community a way for people to be hopeful. That's why I felt this project was not only about art, it was also about community and space. We have to keep doing this, because if we don't, our use of space in our community is going to keep getting relegated to private interests and political interests, and we will lose it all, and there's so much here. There's so much here that we can do. I really believe that Staten Island could be a model in the future for a lot of things. We have big problems, but we could be a model for fixing all those problems. We could be a model for private development, of public-private partnerships where we really do something that contributes to the education, well-being, and economic development of the people who live here already. And if we keep doing that around, not just the ideas about the MERC, but the ideas about people controlling their own public space, as a community, that is going to go a long way.